My name is Shelton Fabre. I am the Auxiliary Bishop of the Archdiocese of New Orleans. Well, probably it began, as it began for many, with a priest who encouraged me to consider priesthood when I was about 6 years old. My pastor told me I should think about being a priest. I don't know if he remembered it or would recall it. He has gone to the Lord now, but it just stuck with me. And it was always something that I kept in the back of my mind. And I went to college seminary and continued to discern, and people would encourage me, that they saw within me the qualities of a priest. My parents, my mother and father, supported me. They didn't push me, but they did support my decision. So I think all of that was part of my discernment, and then the seminary officials and diocesan officials supported that call as well. So all of that was part of my own personal discernment.
So tell the viewers about your...
I grew up as one of 6 children in New Roads, Louisiana. My personality is very quiet, very shy. I would not say I was perfect. I don't think anybody is perfect. But I had a wonderful childhood, wonderful memories. So I think I did probably most things that teenagers of that day would do, and enjoyed them tremendously. But I don't think I was perfect by any means, but probably more shy than others. I don't think you have to be smart to be a priest. I think you have to be, most importantly, open to always learning all that you can about your faith. I've been a priest 20 years, and I still learn something new at least once a week about my faith, something that I didn't know before. I don't think you have to be smart, but I do think you need to be open to learning. You need to be able to certainly retain material and to learn, but I think you can use the gifts that God has given you, and if God is calling you to priesthood, He will provide you what is needed.
Is it easy?
Is it easy for me to concentrate on prayer? It is easy because I try to bring to my prayer everything that may be troubling or concerning me. I have to make that a part of my prayer because that is where I am, but that can't be my only prayer. So when I pray, I begin by saying, Lord, these are the things that are troubling me, and these are the things that are challenging my concentration on your love. So please, let me share these with you. You listen to me, and then after I get these spoken to you again, then I will be, more able to hear maybe what you want to tell me with regard to these things, or maybe there is something completely different that the Lord wants to reveal to me. So, is it difficult to concentrate? Yes, but I do bring to my prayer those things that prevent me from concentrating. I acknowledge them before the Lord. And then after God listens to me, I listen to God.
And what are some rewarding, fulfilling, or liberating
aspects of the priesthood that I find most rewarding or liberating is celebrating the Eucharist, leading people in prayer. It's not about me, it's about helping people to pray to God. So first among them would be celebrating the Eucharist, the access and the gift that people give a priest into their lives, into the joys and the struggles of their life. I consider that a great privilege and a great gift. Doing the best that I can to help people to connect to God in practical ways, and to always recognize that we live every day of our lives in the presence of God. That's a challenge, I think, that all of us today are faced with. How do I remain connected to God? So I would say celebrating the sacraments and helping people to live the reality of the sacraments each and every day of their lives, and what they say and in what they do. The advice that I would have for young men considering the priesthood would be something that Pope John Paul II repeated throughout his pontificate: do not be afraid. If you believe in your mind and your heart God may be calling you to priesthood, that may in some lead them to be afraid or to fear that. But I would use the words of John Paul, who was really ultimately speaking the words of our Lord Jesus Christ, do not be afraid. If the Lord has called you to priesthood, and if you open your mind and your heart to do that, then it is my real and certain faith that He will place in your life those people and those opportunities that will allow that seed to come to full fruition in your life. So I'd say, don't be afraid, and to share that notion that you think God may be calling you to priesthood with a priest or a religious or with some adult whom you trust, and just to begin talking about it with someone.